A superior quality drink mix at an affordable price. Rasna drink mix. With over 5 delicious flavors to choose from, a 25-gram pack makes up to 1 liter of drink. There is no need to add sugar. Unlike other drink mixes, Rasna is made with all natural flavors and is low in sugar. It also contains 5 essential daily vitamins and minerals. Rasna drink mix is available nationwide. For more information, call us on 233-2473. Rasna, endorsed by celebrities.
Kaieteur Radio, keeping you informed.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Burby's 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
Hello and welcome to your news at noon right here on Kaieteur Radio that comes to you with the compliments of Rasna Drink Mix. I am Kevin Smith. These are the top stories we're tracking. In the leasing of Guyana series, a win for Guyana. Court brings Exxon's Liza 1 permit in line with the law and reduces 20-plus years term to 5 years. Meanwhile, Ramatar gave 2 billion barrel Kaieteur block away for free without public tender. And Trotman declines to address Kanji and Kaieteur block transfers approved by AP and UAFC. ExxonMobil increases daily production at Liza Destiny to 105,000 barrels per day, continues to release toxic chemicals into airspace via flaring, and Big Head in plea deal with U.S. prosecutors. Stay tuned to stay informed.
Hey kids, are you home and don't know what to do? Then Kaieteur Radio has got you covered. Join us every day, Monday to Friday at 12 hours 30 for a special edition of Kids Zone. We will bring to you exciting facts on science, mammals, birds, sharks, you've name it, we've got it. We've even got fun and craft activities for you to do right at home. Not forgetting our maths and English segment to keep you up top of the game. Listen to stories and poems read by your fellow kids. And if you would like to be a part of this program, then have your parents contact us on 622-2222 or email us at kaieteurradio@gmail.com. Kids Zone, only on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1, 99.5 FM. The radio with a difference.
Introducing the new Digital Prime bundles. Better than anything we've ever offered before. More music on D-Music. More messaging on BIP. More radio streaming on Go Loud. More storage on Billo. More control on My Digital app. With the new Digital Prime bundles, it's never been easier to get more digital experiences. Plus, extra data. Get 30 gigabytes with a 7-day Prime bundle for only $2,000. So much data, so much fun. Buy in My Digital app today. Digital, better together.
And now for the news in detail. A High Court order issued earlier this month has brought ExxonMobil's Liza 1 environmental permit in conformity with the law. The order, granted by Justice Joanne Barlow, has effectively reduced Exxon's environmental permit from 20-plus years to 5, the correct time as prescribed by law. The matter was settled in court following an initial hearing in the case filed against the EPA by Guyanese scientist and former president of TIGI, Dr. Troy Thomas. According to a release issued yesterday, both the EPA and ESSO, ExxonMobil's local operating subsidiary in Guyana, agreed to limit the permit to 5 years as provided by law. As a result, an order was issued for Exxon's permit in the Liza 1 oil field development to expire in the next 18 months instead of 2040, 24 years after the issuance originally granted by the EPA. In other news, former President and Minister of Petroleum Donald Ramotar handed the ultra-deepwater Kaieteur block to 2 companies, Ratio Energy Limited, now Catalea, and Ratio Guyana Limited, for free. Had the PPPC government waited and developed its capacity to subject the award to open public tender as a norm in the oil industry, it would have gotten millions of US dollars in the form of signing bonus. Guyana failed to wait and study its offshore area, instead handing the Kaieteur block to unqualified companies just days before the 2015 general and regional elections. These companies went ahead 2 years after receiving the block and sold away 50% of the rights to ExxonMobil, and the oil major became the operator of the block. Let's tell you now that on the controversial handling of the Kaieteur and Kanji oil block awards, several ministers who held authority over the subject area are refusing to offer insight into what really happened. The latest is former Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman. When contacted by Kaieteur in early October, Trotman repeatedly declined to offer comments or to answer questions posed to him about his responsibility as a minister. Asked again to speak to his responsibility in the transactions, the former minister again refused to comment. He reminded that Sarah had opened an investigation into the awards of the Kaieteur and Kanji blocks, and due to that, he did not want to comment. In other news, Hess Corporation, which holds a 30% working interest in the Stabroek block, was pleased to inform its shareholders and production rates at the Liza Phase 1 project have increased to 105,000 barrels of oil per day. Up to last month, the nation was only aware that production hovered around 80 to 90,000 barrels of oil. Meanwhile, ExxonMobil remains forced to burn gas, which releases toxic chemicals into the atmosphere. We have shown how gas flaring contributes to climate change, which has serious implications for the world. The Department of Mechanical Engineering at the University of Ibadan, Nigeria, notes that there are over 250 toxins released from flaring. And moving on, Guyanese embattled hotelier Shervington Bighead Lovell has asked U.S. prosecutors for a plea deal, according to court documents. On Wednesday, the New York court, presided by Judge Paul G. Gardef, heard the plea deal request. It will be recalled that the businessman, along with other persons, Stephen Antonius and Ricardo Ramirez, otherwise called Argamiro Zapato Castro, were arrested at the Norman Manley International Airport, Jamaica, on October 25, 2018. They were all found with cash that was seized by the Jamaican authorities. Lovell has links to Hotel Tower, as well as other hotels in Berbice. The men were arrested when a police party from the Jamaican Fugitive Apprehension Team conducted special operations at the Norman Manley International Airport, pursuant to a request from the United States government and an arrest warrant. You are tuned in to Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. This is your News at Noon. I am Kevin Smith. We will return with the news after the break, followed by the segment of the COVID-19 where we see 732 in home isolation. Do stay tuned.
This is GHK Lal inviting you to join me weekdays from Monday to Friday on the National Outlook for commentary on a range of issues. Immediately after the 12 noon and 7 p.m. newscasts on Kaieteur Radio at 99.1 FM and 99.5 FM. Looking forward to you sharing in the conversation.
The government of Guyana has begun the rollout of the COVID-19 $25,000 household cash grant. Citizens are being advised that there is no pre-registration requirement. Clearly identified distribution clerks under the supervision of the Ministry of Finance will visit the respective households to verify credentials. Following this exercise, distribution will be done on a house-to-house basis. In cases where there are multiple households in one home, only the principal householder will receive the cash grant in the first instance. However, the other householders will be required to provide their information on a pink form, and following verification, they will receive the cash grant. The $25,000 household cash grant is in keeping with the government's promise to provide economic relief during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Welcome back. Let us continue with the news. Even as ExxonMobil races to execute development plans for the Liza Phase 2 and Payara projects on the Stabroek Block in a COVID-19 era, it remains hell-bent on aggressively pursuing exploration in other untapped parts of the offshore concession. This is according to Hess Chief Operating Officer Greg Hill. He disclosed that ExxonMobil has plans to drill the Hassa-1 well that is located 30 miles east of the Liza field. He said that the well would be spotted before the end of the year, with the results expected in the first quarter of 2021. Hill, whose company holds a 30% stake in the Stabroek Block, said that this well is expected to target the Campanian-aged reservoirs. In other news, an unemployed 38-year-old male of Timmers Dam, Angois Avenue, Berbice, was arrested after he was found with items stolen from the court's Guyana New Amsterdam branch. Ranks observed that the main access glass door was secured by a lock was shattered at the bottom. The man was then found in close proximity of the scene with a number of stolen items. Police said that they seized a 43-inch TCL flat-screen television set, one PS4 console, and 3 smartphones. Another suspect is being sought. Meanwhile, a total of 47 new motorcyclists will now have to appear in court after they were arrested on Wednesday in a traffic operation spearheaded by Region 3 Commander Errol Watts. The operation took place around the Demerara Harbour Bridge Access Road, West Coast Demerara, and began at 6:30 a.m. Watts and his team ranks dubbed their operation an enforcement exercise, focusing on motorcyclists, and lasted for more than 2 hours. Those riders are expected to appear at the Wales Magistrates Court next November 2nd to face a total of 87 traffic charges. The police have arrested a teen in relation to the killing of an 18-year-old who was killed last week during an argument over money. According to Regional Commander Simon McBean, a teen was arrested and detained for the murder of Adrian Perlat. The two other suspects are still to be apprehended. According to information received, on the day in question, around 21 hours, Perlat was stabbed at a location in Durban Street. He died hours later while receiving treatment at the Georgetown Public Hospital. And now for a COVID-19 update. The number of worldwide coronavirus cases, according to Worldometer, has reached 45,529,936, with 1,188,906 deaths. Recovery cases has reached 33,078,941. The Ministry of Health yesterday announced 24 new COVID-19 cases with 71 recoveries. The new cases bring the total number of confirmed cases to 4,098, according to the ministry's daily dashboard update. The dashboard also shows that 7 persons are in the ICU at the Georgetown Public Hospital, 78 persons are in institutional isolation, and 732 persons in approved home isolation, with 31 persons in institutional quarantine. Further, it was disclosed that the number of recoveries is 3,154, while COVID-19 death toll remains at 123. Additionally, 90,009 persons have been tested for the virus to date, with 14,911 persons negative. Another 2 persons who tested positive for the virus have died. The deceased are identified as a 77-year-old male and a 67-year-old woman from Region 4. They both died at a medical care facility. The deaths mean the number has hit 80. COVID-19 guidelines for November are currently being revised by the National COVID-19 Task Force and will be issued on Sunday. At the moment, the task force is considering several requests made by stakeholders. Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony said the new measures will be similar to those already in place. In the last issued guidelines, the nationwide curfew was extended until October 31st. However, curfew hours were reduced from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. So far, coming from CNN, the U.S. reported 88,521 COVID-19 cases Thursday, the highest single total in the country yet. An influential model of the coronavirus pandemic has predicted 399,000 total coronavirus deaths in the U.S. by February 1st. Europe has once the epicenter of the global pandemic around the World Health Organization. France begins a 4-week lockdown today, and Germany's new restrictions begin next week. And that brings us to the end of today's News at Noon. Remember, the news came to you with the courtesy of Rasna Drink Mix. I am Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's Newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.